15-minute ramble before I have to go to work. Castaways. Here's the thing, like, I started writing it in, like, 8th grade. There wasn't much thought put into it when I started it, so now that I'm trying to, like, put thought into it, it's falling flat because the foundation was just never there. I started with an idea that was like, 3 cats get shipwrecked on an island. That was like the one sentence cell premise or whatever the fuck. And then, like, it slowly deteriorated, which is sad, because, like, you know, it's been with me for too long. Like, I've gotten way too attached to it. But I also feel myself liking an AU version of it. Not the vampire AU, oh god. I drew a vampire AU in my sketchbook in sophomore year of high school that was 38 pages long. But I like those AU, like, versions of the story, like, way more than the actual version. But I can't go and, like, change the title because Castaways has always just been the title. So I can't make it about something other than them being shipwrecked. That's the premise. That's the foundation. The foundation is them getting shipwrecked on an island and shit happens after that. I don't know. But, like, these characters that I'm working with, like, the 3 that are, like, the most important characters. I don't know about the others. Like, the others, like, there's Sean that's only there probably because I just wanted to voice him, and, you know, I don't know why else he's there. But you got the main trio, which has changed a bit. You got, like, Rylee, Sammy, and Ethan. And other than that, I don't know what to do with them. Like, I don't know how to write them in a way that I'll, like them as characters still. Or, like, want to create the story to revolve around it, and like, words and brain. I don't know how to create the story in a way that makes me want to create the story. Like, maybe I'm just in writer's block or some creative block, but, like, I have just not been too enthusiastic about, like, the rewrite. Like, bro. It's like, sure, a lot of things need to change. Like, too many things need to be rewritten. It's just not a solid foundation that I can build a house on. How do I make it less awful? Like, how do I make it something I can, like, stand to look at without cringing? Like, the current dynamic with, like, I can spoil things because, like, it's not, nothing's guaranteed at the moment, so you know what, I can talk about it. The dynamic between, like, Sammy and Ethan, for example, is something I'm struggling with. I was thinking, like, making them, like, rivals to lovers or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep that shit. Like, I don't know. Premise was that, like, they're in the trials being, like, I don't know, I'm figuring that out. The trials are what determine, like, whoever wins the trials gets to go on the trip to the fire. I renamed the Mistlands to Fire Moon for some reason. I don't know why, because, like, Water Sun, Fire Moon would be funny. Water Sun is too iconic of a name to not to change at this point. And, like, they're in the trials, and Sammy's trying to win the trials. I actually changed Sammy quite a bit. And then, like, Ethan's kind of trying to, like, mess Sammy up so that he doesn't win the trials, because the journey itself is, like, extremely dangerous, and Ethan's worried about him, like, not being able to do it. So in his mind, he's protecting him, and then, like, in Sammy's mind, he's like, bro, what the hell? And I don't like it. I really don't, because it feels weird. It feels, like, weirdly manipulative, because it is. It's like, I'm doing this for you, and it's like, they have a whole backstory. I actually committed to making them childhood friends that got separated or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get there. We'll figure it out. I don't like it, because it feels like Ethan... See, like, how I wrote it, like, what happens next is that, like, Sparrow, which is Ethan's older sister, because it was Ethan, Sparrow, and Sammy that like, win the trials and go to Journey, and then the shipwrecking happens, and Sparrow drowns to death. And I also got rid of, like, the whole Crystal Cove system, because I hated that. I hated that so much. If you die, you die. You're dead. Goodbye. So Sparrow drowns to death, and Ethan's just like, I drowned his sister in front of him. So, like, it feels like you can't hold him accountable for, like, his, like, shitty actions because, oh, but his sister died. It's like, yeah, but he was still kind of a shitty person, so we need to hold him accountable. I don't know. I need, you know what I need to do? I need to just, like, start over and, like, build it back up. Build a better foundation for the story and just, like, rewrite everything, which is what I was doing. But, like, I was also kind of holding myself back because I was like, oh, but I have to keep it the same way it's always been. It's like, no, because the same way it's always been isn't working anymore. Well, it never was, but like it was when I was the Lulu. I was like, this is fine. No, you're not a good writer. I'm still gonna have like the OG trio because, like, out of all things that I'm not like gonna like rewrite, it's gonna be them. Like, they're always going to be in the story because that's where I started the story from. I can't not have them in there. But everything else around them is going to be changing very quickly so I can get passionate about the story again and want to do it. I don't know if it's going to come back as an animated series, though, because I don't know if I'd ever do that again. Not to say it wasn't fun. Like, it was very fun, but it was also, like, extremely stressful. When you're one person working on a really big project, it's just very time-consuming, and, I need to work on other things. And also, I don't think, like, big projects are for me anymore. Yeah, I need to probably just stick with, like, more bite-sized projects. Because, like, the current one I'm on, it's actually two, because I'm working on one for Kinda Love It, which is the one with Ethan and Sammy, which is actually really good. If only the premise was the same. I'm gonna rewrite, like, literally everything so I can just... I'm this close to just forgetting about this, and I don't want to, because it feels like I'm doing my past self dirty by, like, not completing it. Like, I know I don't have to, but, like, part of me is like, oh, but little Rylee, but little Rylee would have been so proud. It's like, little Rylee. But I feel like my best stories come when I, like, take my time with things and actually, like, revisions. Like, the thing I'm most proud of right now is my book, Have Faith, which I talk about a lot, but it is so good. Maybe. I don't know. To me, it's very good. I don't know if it would be the same if I, like, handed it off to some, like, editor and it comes back covered in red, just like, okay. But it hurts my soul. But it hurts me to know that the thing that I thought was really good was not. The Castaways is just one of those projects where I've just had it for so long that, like, dumping it now would be very painful. I mean, like, but we'll see.